Stock tip. Best stock setups.
Hi, I'm Untitled and this is your latest episode of Stock Tip Daily Update. As always, we are going to start with the state of the markets, and as such, we're going to start with S&P 500. As you can see, the S&P 500 opened with a nice gap up here and maintained its position. Actually, the first few hours of the day were a bit close to the fallout here, but after touching the 20 moving average intraday, the S&P managed to finish with a whole lot of strength and close with 1.24% in plus. We are now just shy of 4% until we reach our previous all-time high here, the 4,820 something, and there are a lot of us who are hoping we are going to reach it and that it doesn't take too much. We shall see what the market has in store for us. The market is always full of surprises, and we are just going to wait and see what's going to happen. The next index on our list is the Nasdaq, represented here through the Qs. The Nasdaq also finished with a lot of strength, gaining 1.72% today. So also a lot of strength for a pretty overstretched rally, but who am I to say that this is overstretched? As you can see, the main index today was IVM, and IVM managed to break out of this major consolidation. I will admit it touched the 200 moving average. I don't know if this is going to be a problem, but by breaking out of it, we surely see a lot of strength here, and we could see a bit more wind in our sails and a few more couple of days of strength if this trend is going to continue. The DAX also closed with plus 3% and closed above the 50 moving average, with a major gap up, which was pretty much defended. So there is also strength in the German markets as well. I think we shall see here a V-shaped correction for the most part. So good news go all around. Euro to US dollar was my surprise for today. I was expecting a continued fall here, which didn't happen. Instead of this, we've turned around and we've attacked the previous resistance level here at 111. And what's going to happen next? If you breach this resistance level, then I think we are going for the 200 moving average or for the next level here, 115, 149, and we might do it pretty violently, like we did this year in a couple of days or 4 or 5 days. We might see us reaching for the next level. Yeah, overall very exciting to see. The oil started with 4% in minus today, so this consolidation or this correction from which I was talking about the last few days continued. Overall this week we are still seeing a continuation of the correction, and it might just be that we still have 1 week in front of us of correcting, but by the looks of it, I think next week we might just break out of this formation again. And gold also had some weakness in front of it, also starting the day with a gap down, but managed to close the gap as of now, and finish with a minor plus here, 0.04%. Nonetheless, the gap was closed, and with that we've seen some positive strength here, and perhaps also next week we are going to be able to break out again, and we want to be able to buy this position when it happens. Silver pretty much mimicked what gold did, but didn't quite close the gap. There is still 0.09% here remaining, but let's just be honest and say the gap was also closed here, and silver also remains bullish for the time being, also with a nice correction in the weekly chart, and what's more to want. But from of the two of them, I think I'm going to go with gold again. but we just have to wait and see when it starts again. From our portfolio, so I did add some. I did add something today. I did add CTOS. I did add Pfizer and Zynga. But let's start with the beginning. AMD. AMD started, so AMD managed a nice 2.5% today, and as such, it already has started in the AMD. So I'm hoping for such a journey. I'm hoping for 165 as a major target here. And after AMD has started, then I've pulled my initial stop, which was here. I've pulled it to, I believe I've left it here, 111 or I might have pulled it here, 116. It doesn't really matter, but this was the point where you wanted to pull your stop. So my position in CTOS, my setup or my position in setup got activated and got bought here. CTOS has this nice setup, but he didn't have enough strength here and enough volume. I'm curious what's going to happen. For the time being, my stop remains at 8.5, so not the biggest of positions, but still pretty nice position nonetheless. With still a bit of potential. I'm curious to see if this setup is going to hold, or if we are going to see a turn down here in the breakdown the next few days, thinking that this might be an also reversal. I'm going to roll with it and see what's happening. Microsoft, on the other hand, continued its positive trend here. So Microsoft added 1.5% and is continuing pretty vertical. I think in no time we're going to see us reaching 344 again, and I'm looking forward to it. Nvidia just as well also showed some major strength here. In the beginning, a bit of a weakness and a retraction, but the day was pretty nice, and we've finished with a sort of a hammer. Overall 1.5% just as well. So here I've also put my stop. I think my stop is now here or here, so I can't remember exactly, but I know I pulled it. And the biggest disappointment of today was Pfizer. So Pfizer started with a gap up, and as such triggered my stop buy order above this candle here, above this candle. The stop remains here, but at the end of the day we have a huge negative volume here and a huge red candle. I don't think it's going to hold. Ironically, I opted for Pfizer, seeing how well Pfizer performed over the years here. And the other candidate here from the same branch was BioNTech. And BioNTech, ironically, had a much better start with better volume and in the end a positive green candle here, a nice breakout, I would say. So this is the irony. I choose the one I think has more potential, and this is the one that flops. So for those of you who've opted for BioNTech, congrats. I think I'm staying with the loser here. PayPal was the next big thing. So I bought PayPal yesterday. It got activated as we've reached above the previous day's high. So yesterday I bought it, and today we've added 4.3%. So pretty proud of it. And this is also Stock Tips setup of the week, or was the setup of the week. For those of you who've bought it, congrats. This is a hell of a job, and I think we can look forward to at least a gap attack, and this still leaves us with a whole lot of potential. So another $20 or a gap close, and this would mean a full $50 here. So I'm thinking gap close and going for the 200 moving average. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is possible. So looking very, very good. And last but not least, this was Zynga. Zynga was a disappointment. So started with a bit of power here, with a bit of momentum, but closed with a lot of weakness. You can see it intradaily. We've pretty much violated here this resistance line. or now support line time and time again, and only in the last few minutes we managed to get close to it again, but still not above. So I've decided in the last 2 minutes of trading to close this position and to wait and see what happens. For me, in the daily chart, this looks a hell of a lot like an outside reversal, so I think a move down is very much possible like it was here. Now I'm also curious if I did the right thing by closing the position, and my risk was so big, so 9 was my risk, so not a huge risk, but still it looks very much like an outside reversal, so why wait and see. Okay, and that's all for the free part of the video. If you wish for more nice and successful setups like this one in PayPal, remember this is the setup of the week from Stock Tip, then I recommend you visit our website stock-tip.com and subscribe for a free trial. Now I shall continue with some new setups. I've said if the IVM is going to break out, and I'm looking for some nice setup in the small stocks, small stocks there in the small caps category, and I found, I think, 7 or 8 of them, perfect setups and ready to break out anytime. I hope you enjoyed them, and tomorrow I think we can resume with the previous setups again. But for the time being, for those of you who are eager to invest in some small stocks like I am, small caps like I am, then this is it.